everyone, my name is Karina Parker, and today we're going to talk about folk music from Africa. Africa is a continent rich in musical traditions. Many parts of the world have African roots in their music, such as music from Latin America, which we studied in the first week of our videos. Today we're going to look at 4 African folk music traditions from the countries of Ghana and Nigeria in the west, Morocco and Algeria in the north, and southern regions, including the country that is now South Africa. In today's lesson, we will learn a brief history of each musical tradition, take a more detailed look into some of the more popular and traditional instruments used, and even explore creating our own rhythms and vocal music using musical elements that come from African folk music. But before we begin, let's talk about a few very important points in understanding African musical history.
Africa has one of the largest and richly diverse histories of all of the continents in the world. The continent of Africa is where the first human beings evolved. No wonder there is African musical influence in so much of the world's music. Unfortunately, because of centuries of colonization by European countries and the slave trade, a lot of musical history has been lost. During the slave trade between the 16th and 19th centuries, African people were taken by European countries to be sold and forced to work without pay, most commonly for the rest of their lives. These slaves would never have a chance to receive an education, especially not a musical one. Another way in which the musical history of Africa was interrupted was during colonization. European influence made its way into a lot of the traditional folk music in Africa, as most of African nations and tribes were colonized by European countries, most commonly the UK, France, Germany, and Portugal. Another important point to note is that Africa is a continent, and it's huge, 53 countries to be exact. Most of the countries that exist in Africa today are fairly new in comparison to the ancient history of the African people. So many countries share musical traditions and influences with other countries in their region and surrounding areas. Let's dive into some awesome types of African folk music. The West African country of Ghana is known for its drumming ensembles. Percussion and drumming are a huge part of African music in general. However, there are many traditions and instruments that can be traced back to West Africa and Ghana. The drumming ensembles can be heard in small or large groups with a vast array of percussion instruments. A few of the most common instruments used in the drumming ensembles are the djembe, calabash, and shekere. The djembe is described as a goblet-shaped drum with animal hide, or synthetics today, and was created by the Mande people. The drum is said to hold 3 spirits, one from the tree it was made, one from the animal used for the hide, and the last from the carver or artist who made the instrument. The term djembe is said to come from je-be, meaning gather everyone. Djembe players today are still responsible for playing the music of traditional festivals and celebrations, and are expected to understand the deep musical history of djembe music. The calabash is also known as a bottle gourd. It is a hollowed and dried out gourd relative to the squash. The vegetable is left out to grow longer than those harvested to eat and is cut in 2 so that each half can be used to make an instrument. They come in all different sizes and can be hit with the hand, fist, or even a stick. It can also be used as a water drum where it rests on the top of the water. Different types of calabash gourds are not only used as a drum, but can be used as the base for other instruments, such as the shekere, which we will talk more about after this, and the kalimba, a type of finger piano. The shekere is actually a calabash which has a beaded netting around it. Traditionally, it can be made out of nuts or even seeds, whatever is small and hard enough to make a hitting sound on the gourd when the instrument is tapped or hit. The combination of the drum and the beaded netting creates an additional percussive sound to the drum. You hear the typical drum sound and a shaker together. The shekere drumming technique includes patterns of striking the drum and shaking the beads. A famous Ghanaian drummer named Mustafa Teti Adi brought on a resurgence of Ghanaian drumming ensembles during the second half of the 20th century, not just in Africa, but to the rest of the world. He was born in 1942 into a drumming family in Accra, the capital of Ghana. Because of his mastery of God drumming, which included the traditional, religious, and healing nature of the music of the God people, he was appointed as the master drummer by his family in the 1960s. He dedicated the next part of his life to learning and mastering music not just from Ghana, but from all over the West African region. He was known as a wonderful performer and teacher and brought the rich music of West Africa drumming to the rest of the world via TV, radio, and international tours. Before he was 50, he founded the Academy of African Music and Arts to further his life's goal of keeping Ghanaian musical traditions alive. Now that we know a little bit about the history of Ghanaian drumming ensembles, let's learn some of the traditional rhythmic patterns that you'll hear in this type of music.
Alright, for this activity, I found a box here. You can use a tabletop or your desk, the floor even if you want to, and we are going to explore a popular West African rhythm. This would most commonly be played on the djembe, and the djembe has this really rich sound. I'm not a percussionist, so I don't have any djembes with me. I don't even have a drum in my apartment, but we are making do with what we have during this time of being home. So when you have your tabletop, your service, your box, we are actually going to listen to my metronome that I'm going to play right here. Alright, so metronome apps are all over, they're free, and you can get them on any phone, smartphone, your computer, and they keep our pulse, they keep our rhythm in a context, so it's crucial. Okay, so we're first going to sing this rhythm, okay? And I have two syllables, da and do, okay? Da, 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 do, do, da, 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 do, do, da, 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 do, do, da, 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 do, do, da, 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 do, do, da, da da do do da 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 do do da 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 do do da 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 do do da. Okay, now the difference between these two rhythms is that da is a more open sound, which we could get on the djembe, a nice ringing sound, and do, we'd be using our fingers at the bottom, okay, instead of a full slap, in order to get a more closed sound. Da, 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 do, do, da, 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 do, do, da, 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 do, do, da. Okay, now we don't have a djembe, so it's important that we understand that with our voices. So let's put this in our hands. I'm going to pause the music just for now, okay? It's really important we keep playing with the metronome, but I'm going to pause the music just for now. And let's go over our hands, okay? We have right, left, right. Just try that. And this is with the full hand. Right, left, right. Right, left, right. Keep going. Here we go. Just the first part. Right, left, right. Right, left, right. Right, left, right. That's it. So now we have the middle part. Okay? After my right, left, right, I repeat my right hand. Right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left. Practice that while I play. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left. That's exactly it. Now, if you need to pause the video and practice on your own, go for it, okay? At your own tempo. There's nothing that is too slow or too fast. For those that are ready, I'm going to put my metronome back on. Here we go. Let's play together. And a 1, a 2, a here we go. Right, left, right, right, left, right. That's it. Alright, and for our second and final rhythm for the day, this one uses a lot of the right hand, okay? But let's just get what the sounds are going to be like. We only have one deeper sound in this, okay? If I was going to say this is how it sounds on my tabletop. Then we'll say it. I'm thinking do, da, 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 do. Okay? So our first beat is that full slap. That's our do. So say it with me. I'll put our metronome. Ready? Here we go. Do, da, 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 do. All right, I'm going to slow it down here while we put it in our hands. Alrighty? And let's just do it with both hands, not switching off hands yet. Let's really get it into our bodies, okay? We have do, da, 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 do, da, 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 do, da, da, da. You can clap. Do, da, 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 do, da, 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 do, da, 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 do, da, da. Good, okay? And then we put in our right and left hands. It's a really right heavy rhythm here. Ready? Here we go. Just listen. Right, right, left, right, 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 left. Take a few seconds here to understand this pattern of right, right, left, right. Get that in your hands and then join me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, right, left, right. Right, right, left, right, 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 left, right, 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 left. Good. Good. Now let's speed up the tempo just a little bit here. Ready? Here we go. Right, right, left. Right, right, left. Right, 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 left. Right, right. That's it. Very nice job.
In the country of Nigeria, you will hear apala, one type of traditional folk music. Apala is a genre of music developed by the Yoruba people, which is accompanied by dance. At the root of that dance is a drummer. Apala music was developed in the 1930s when the country was ruled by the British Empire. It was developed for religious entertainment of the Islamic people, linked to Ramadan. However, it quickly spread to become music popular any time of year and enjoyed by people of all religions. In Apala music, there are commonly talking drums, shekarays, the agidibo, and the agogo bell, playing with a lead singer. Let's take a look and see what some of these instruments are. As you can see here, Apala music also uses the shekere, as seen in Ghanaian West African drumming ensembles. This is a great example of where musical instruments, as well as style, rhythms, and other musical elements are shared. The Yoruba people's history exists long before the country of Nigeria was established, and they lived throughout West Africa, including parts of what is now the country of Ghana. This is just one of the countless examples of the mixture of influences between musical traditions.
Mo ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ pé Túndé Ìṣọ̀lá ni president báwọn alápàlà.
This is an argidibo. It is a type of large finger piano. It is made of metal pieces that vary in length and width to create higher and lower pitches. The metal pieces are attached to a wooden box where the sound resonates in and projects out to the audience. The wooden box is used as the body of the instrument, and it can also be played like a drum. This is an example of a definite pitch percussion instrument, meaning the instrument makes a variety of pitches, what we know as do, re, mi, fa, and so on, instead of an indefinite pitched instrument, which has an undeterminable pitch, like your common drum. Lastly, the agogo is a two-tone bell, like two cowbells connected together. It is the Yoruba word for bell. The two different sized bells create two pitches, a higher pitch and a lower pitch. You hold the instrument and hit it with a wooden stick. Sometimes you can even hit the two bells together. Let's take a listen. Andalusian classical music is a form of classical music popular in northern Africa, most commonly Morocco and Algeria. Developed between the 19th and 15th century, this ancient form of music developed during the Moorish occupation of the Iberian Peninsula, which is now Spain and Portugal. As seen in its name, this classical music is a mixture of Spanish and Arabic musical influences. This musical tradition began when there was mostly an Islamic population in Spain. However, during the 15th century, all Muslims were forced out of Spain into northern Africa by the Spanish monarchy, who were forcing all of Spain to be Catholic. Before this exodus from Spain, Andalusian classical music was seen as a collaboration between Christian and Islamic people. The sound of this Spanish classical music started with the Christian community until the virtuosic musician nicknamed Ziryab came to Cordoba, Spain from Baghdad. To this day, he is regarded as one of the most talented musicians and teachers of his time. Beyond the beautiful music that he brought to the courts of Cordoba, he added a fifth string to the lute, a mostly European instrument, which was similar to the Middle Eastern oud used today in Andalusian classical music. Paired with percussion and drums, there are a lot of traditional string instruments used in this classical music. Starting with the drums, the most popular drum in Andalusian classical music is the darbuka drum. The darbuka drum is a goblet-shaped drum made of clay, wood, or sometimes even metal, with an animal hide drumhead. The goblet-like shape of the instrument makes the instrument resonate strongly. The larger the drum, the deeper the sound, and the smaller the drum, the higher the sound. They often have very beautiful and intricate designs. There are many different kinds of stringed instruments you will hear in this music. The kaminja is a 4 or 5 stringed bowed instrument played all throughout the Middle East. In more recent times, it's often replaced with the violin. The modern kaminja looks super similar to today's violin, but it's played on the knee.
يا قلبي عندك صديق فرج الله قريب.
The rebab is a 2-stringed instrument more unique to Moroccan Andalusian music. The Middle Eastern version has a longer body. Finally, the kanun is a flat 26-stringed instrument that is plucked with a horn instead of played with a bow.
Ya kaningane ingane kababa yakana
Now let's move on to the southern region of Africa. Instead of a mostly instrumental type of music like the other musical genres we have talked about in this video, we're going to look into isikatamia, which is usually an unaccompanied style of group singing, which comes from the Amazulu people. Unaccompanied singing is music that does not include instrumental music along with the singing, also known as a cappella in Western music. The musical tradition started as the Zulu people migrated to South Africa and were forced into the very difficult work in underground mines. These songs, which feature a lead singer and a chorus, or a group of singers behind them, often talked about longing for their homeland and the difficult struggle of working in the mines. This style of music grew incredibly popular in Christian South African churches, where African influences began to mix with the European influence, where the isikatamia music began to adopt a more westernized 4-part harmony, and even began introducing some English into the lyrics. While isikatamia music became popular in the Christian gospel tradition, the a cappella music remained still a traditional folk music, and even grew into a pop and commercial style of music in the 20th century, with the help of international travel and recording technology. For instance, The song, The Lion Sleeps Tonight, from the famous movie musical The Lion King, is a song directly taken from the Isikatamia community by the artist Solomon Linda.
Let's explore one of the main musical structures in this music, call and response. The idea is present in lots of music, although the Zulu people truly mastered the technique in their music making. The concept follows the lead singer who sings a phrase and the ensemble who repeats or responds to the lead singer, often singing different melodic phrases to create harmony. However, not all call and response is that complicated. For instance, if I say hip hip, a lot of people know to respond, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray, that's right. Now in music, all we have to do is add melody to our lyrics and those phrases, and we have call and response in music. So if I want to sing hip hip, and then you respond, hooray! Hip hip, your turn. My turn. Hip, hip, your turn. Then we add some more music to make it more interesting, and we have a little song. Hip, hip, your turn. My turn. Hip, hip, your turn. That's exactly it. Now, I have chosen a song that I want to learn together with you. And this song has call and response style of singing as well. It's an American civil rights song, and we can see here how much influence African musical tradition has not only to us in America, but really all over the world. This song is traditionally sung a cappella with written 4-part harmonies, very similar to those heard in Isikatamia music. The part that you sing, as the chorus, repeats after I sing each phrase, and this happens 3 times. Then we all end the song singing Hallelujah together. The lyrics, or the words, that you are singing are stayed on freedom. Stayed on freedom. I'll say, woke up this morning with my mind, and it was. And you respond, stayed on freedom. So, the part that you sing goes like this. Stayed on freedom. One more time. Stayed on freedom. By yourself. Now let's put it into the rest of the song. Woke up this morning with my mind, and it was stayed on freedom. You got it. Woke up this morning with my mind, and it was stayed on freedom. Woke up this morning with my mind, and it was stayed on freedom. And then we end the song singing Hallelujah together, okay? It sounds like this. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Good, let's sing the song all together. Here we go. You can even get it a clap as we go. Ready? Here we go. Woke up this morning with my mind, and it was. Woke up this morning with my mind, and it was. Woke up this morning with my mind, and it was. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Nice job. Now, in true Isikatamia style, we should sing this song a cappella, meaning we have no piano in the background, it's just our voices. We can give it a clap too, though, if we want to. Here we go. Woke up this morning with my mind, and it was. this morning with my mind, and it was. Woke up this morning with my mind, and it was. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I woke up this morning with my mind. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you had lots of fun and learned lots. This is by no means the extent of African musical history. There is so much that we didn't cover. We only covered this much out of a huge history that is so incredibly rich and beautiful. And I hope you join us next time when we talk about Eastern European folk music. Have a great day.